Ladies and gentlemen, in this video you're going to learn how to decipher the identity of any card without even looking at it. Now, this is such a powerful technique that it's been used by criminals and scam artists for decades to cheat people out of money. In fact, legend speaks of the infamous Roselli brothers who used this technique to win high-stakes poker games and scam the casinos out of millions of dollars. And today, I want to teach you this technique so you can blow people's minds with this incredible illusion. My name's Oscar Owen, and in this video, you're going to learn the fairest way to cheat at cards. Let's get started. So the magician has a deck of cards and he shows that they're all different. He then hands the cards to the spectator and they can mix them up as much as they like. Once they're happy that all the cards are mixed, the magician takes them back and just says, "Say stop whenever you want." So the spectator says stop. They can keep going if they want, or they can stop there. The spectator wants to keep going, stop. So let's say they stop there. That is genuinely a free choice. Whatever card you're looking at is what the spectator would remember. The magician then places the cards back down onto the table, and it doesn't matter what happens from now on because he knows the spectator chose the 4 of hearts. Isn't that amazing? And just imagine the power that this will give you. Now let me show you again, but in a more casual setting, like if you're in a coffee shop or something. So what I've done is I've tried my best to replicate a coffee shop here. We've got some money, a newspaper, a phone, knife and fork, a pen, and a napkin. But there are no cards, and someone asks to see a trick, so what do you do? Well, obviously you say, of course you can show them a trick, and you're going to try and get inside their thoughts and read their mind using a paper napkin. So what I want you to do is take this napkin and the marker and just write down any word that you like. It can really be any word. So they write down a word, in this case it's the word water, and then they hand this back to you with the napkin facing down so you can't see it. As you can see here, you can't see through the paper. In fact, you know what, I'll even fold it up like this, so there's no way I can see what you've written down. And I'm going to try and read your mind here, and obviously as the magician, I wouldn't know that they'd written down the word water. And I would say something like, this is definitely natural. It's all around us. It's something you eat. No, you don't eat it, but you drink it, don't you? Is it water? And then the spectators would freak out, and that magic trick is done with no gimmicks, no props, and just things you can find in a coffee shop. So let's learn how it's done. Okay, so I know you want to know how this is done, and to the magicians watching, you probably think this is just too fair. So this incredible magic trick uses something known as a shiner. So let me first explain what a shiner is, and then I'll show you how to use them. So a shiner is just a device used by magicians to gain secret visual information about a playing card or a word. It's a small reflective surface that the magician can use to catch a glimpse of this information, and the best shiner in the world is your mobile phone. And this is because it's a perfectly reflective surface, meaning you can just pass a card over it and you can instantly see what that card is. You can also use things like reflective rings, and this is what people used back in the day at casinos to know the identity of cards without even looking at them and scam the casinos out of millions of dollars. Here's a little demonstration. Ace of diamonds, 3 of spades, 10 of hearts, 10 of clubs. So there are loads of other shiners out there, such as a butter knife. I love using butter knives when I'm eating food. Red wine is also great when you're at the dinner table. And a glass tabletop also works really well. But to begin, let's learn how to use your phone, because we've all got one of these, and it will mean next time you're out with your friends, you'll be able to do an impossible magic trick. So I'm first going to show you how to do this effect in a casual setting, like in a coffee shop, and then I'll show you how to do it in a more formal setting where you're maybe doing a card trick. So if you're at the coffee shop, you usually have some objects lying around. You might have a paper, you might have a phone, or a napkin, a knife and fork. Usually there's a pen and some money. But the best shiner in the world is your mobile phone. And the reason for this is it's just so casual, it's always on you, and it's really normal for a phone just to be on the table. So simply take your phone and place it onto the table, not right in the middle because that's going to be obvious and will draw suspicion, but somewhere, casual near another object. Then the spectator might ask to see a magic trick or something along those lines, and you say of course, and you just want them to write down any word that you like. So they can take the money and they can write down a word on the money, or if there's a napkin about, they can write down a word on the napkin. So in this case, they've written the word water. Once they've done that, tell them to place their prediction face down onto the table so you can't see it. And then all you need to do from here is place the prediction over the phone briefly, and you'll be able to catch a glimpse of their word. However, you need to do this without drawing suspicion. So the best way to do this is to pick up the prediction and confirm with the spectator you can't see through it, and there's no ink leaking through or anything like that. As you do that, you briefly hold the napkin over your phone, and you can very easily see that it says water. This should only last a second. So you say, look, there's no way I can see through this napkin, it's completely opaque, and then you go from there, and in that brief second, I caught a glimpse of the word. From here, you just do a bit of acting and pretend to read their mind, so you might fold the paper up, tell them to squeeze on it, or you squeeze on it, and then read their mind and say they were thinking of the word water. The technique with the ring shiner is very similar. So the ring is simply a mirror that's on your finger, but it just looks like a normal ring. And you can allow the spectator to choose any card that they like. I'll leave a link down in the description to where you can get one of these ring shiners. Then you show the spectator the card, and as you come in with this hand to grab the card, you can see the reflection that it's the King of Diamonds as you grab it and place it anywhere you want in the deck. Now, the awesome thing about the ring shiner is you can basically just be wearing this wherever you want, because it just looks like a normal ring. And if someone gives you a deck of cards and just says, show me a trick, you can do something amazing with it, because you can instantly know the identity of any card. So I can take this and I can see that it's the 7 of Hearts, this one is the 2 of Spades, and this one is the 7 of Diamonds. And just like that, that's how people actually used to scam casinos out of money using one of these ring shiners, because they'd know the identity of the card before they'd even seen it. So the most important part here is you realise that a shiner is just a utility device that you can use to find out some hidden information. But to actually make this trick powerful, you really need to focus on your presentation so that it's believable that you're reading the spectator's mind, so you can determine what their thought of card or word is. So if you want, I can make a separate video dedicated to just presentation, so let me know if you'd like that in the comments. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.